What were you thinking at that time, actually? I want to know what you were thinking.
I wanted to know, if I'm being honest, if there was if there was the possibility of linking up.
Instead of what do you bring to the table, it should be what is your relationship with money. Only two things makes my husband excited. They both start with S. Soccer and sex.
Guys, listen. I like my woman satisfied.
Hey, you want a repeat customer,
want a
right?
repeat
We say
customer.
we're serving each other. If you want a repeat customer,
You gotta come back. You don't come here and I shower now.
you know, if you want the maximum output, you gotta have the maximum input.
Some
right?
people don't care about maximum output. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, welcome back to the Insync Marriage Podcast.
Yes, another great episode here in season 2. Yay!
And guess what, guys? We talked to you guys last episode about us bringing in guests and people that we are doing life with. And
Yes.
today, babe, who do we have on set with us?
We have a couple that are near and dear in our heart. To our hearts. We've done life with them for a while, and we're so excited to bring them to you guys. They are the one and only Tade and Carolyn Bolarin.
Yeah, welcome, guys.
Hey.
Welcome to the
Hey.
set.
Thank you for having us.
What's going on?
Hey, I'm chilling. Good to have you guys here.
Yes. Well, Tade and Carolyn are, for lack of a better, you know what? They are our mentees. I think they will.
Yes.
We've passed that. I think more than anything, they're a little brother and little sister now.
Yep.
But our relationship started out as mentor-mentee,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to be talking a lot about how that came about. It sounds pretty formal,
Yeah.
but we've gotten to a point now where we are definitely very informal about our relationship. It was a very intentional journey.
Yes.
And we can't wait to talk to you guys about that. Today we're talking mentorship.
Mentorship and how that is important in marriages, right?
Yeah.
And so let's dive in, guys.
Let's go.
All right, let's
do
go.
it.
Okay,
Let's do it.
All right, so first question I have for you guys, right? And
Okay.
this is going to be our icebreaker, so to speak, right? But it's a tough one. It's essentially, I want to know how you guys describe your marriage in 3 words. How would you describe
goes
your
first?
marriage in
You wanna
3
go first?
words?
Ladies first. Ladies first, baby. Come on.
Okay. Tested, strengthened, committed.
Love it.
Okay.
That's so good.
That is
That's
powerful.
really good.
Okay, that is
That's really good.
Yeah.
Now Tade's changing his own.
Wow.
Don't change it. Don't change it.
Wow. So it's funny because I intentionally did not actually come up with an answer because I want to answer just.
Right.
So the
the
first thing
one.
that's coming off to me is refined,
Okay.
right?
I like that one.
Love,
Yeah.
Okay.
love.
That was gonna be one of mine.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna do it.
and partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we're date. We're
yeah,
Aww.
yeah.
I like
Partnership.
it. I
Yo,
like it
they're
a lot.
so cute. All right, so we've come up with a bunch of questions. We broke them
Okay.
into segments, and we did not share any of these with them in advance because we wanted you guys to get the honest, raw, unfiltered. If you know us, for those who know us, when we hang out, we just talk about any and everything, and without even ever planning anything. I feel like we always walk away blessed. So we're hoping you guys, pretty much what you're doing is you're getting a little preview of what it's like when we get together.
Yeah.
Right, babe? What's our first question?
First question. Okay, we're gonna go right into it.
Uh-oh.
You guys ready?
Ooh.
All right. Well, we're gonna start soft. Tell us how your journey as a couple began. Just a little brief summary of how your journey. That's always a good place to start.
Yeah. I'll let you go.
I'll let you go. 'Cause I went first.
Somebody gotta go.
Okay,
You
let
go
me help you
first.
guys. I know you guys have a semi-unconventional start.
Yes, very
Almost
unconventional.
similar to the way ours.
Yes.
Yes.
We also have an unconventional, maybe different stories, but unconventional.
Yeah.
So at least tell us how or what made your coming together unconventional.
Okay, so I moved to Dallas officially December 2016. And when I came to Dallas, intention was just to move in with my best friend, and really just, paint the city red. But
I don't know what that means.
If
God
you know,
had
you
other
know.
plans.
If you know, you know. But in that season, I was also very intentional about sort of just praying for the sort of partner I wanted.
Wait, how old were you?
I was 27. That's a good question.
Okay.
I was 27.
Okay. Because I was like, praying for the partner. How old were you? I'm curious.
I was 27.
Okay.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So long story short, hanging out with my guy Tunde and who I was staying with at the time, and we had a New Year's party. I think it was like January 2nd, 2017.
Was it a party? I
was
thought
like
it was just a get together.
It was like a house get together.
Yeah.
House get together.
Okay.
And during that time, I had a friend that was also in town.
Male or female?
Female.
I think we could deduce
friend.
what kind of friend that was.
And the friend brought Carolyn to the get together.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
All right. Carolyn, anything you want to remove or add to that?
I mean, I'll say it's funny that he talked about praying to God about what his partner was going to be, because I was doing the same thing, and it was funny because I feel like I had hit a wall in my life. I was living with my mom at the time, and I was praying for the same thing as well. I was 24 at the time though, but I kind of knew that I didn't want to be messing around. I want the next person I meet or the next person I'm with, I want that person to be my husband. So yeah, we were doing the same thing at the same time.
Yeah. So she walked in that night, I remember, and she had on these black top
Oh my gosh.
with the shoulder crop top.
It's funny, guys. We always
we
remember
always
that
remember.
that first outfit.
You always remember.
You can never forget it.
Bro, that moment was like
Yeah,
magic.
it's magical.
It's
Yeah, bro.
It's etched into your
Bro.
I don't remember much, but I remember what Tosin was wearing when we met.
Yeah. And then
I don't even remember.
I
what
remember
I
her-
I remember
Oh my
well.
gosh.
her
You
hair
never
was
left me
black, slick, almost like she just got out the shower. It was like wet, and then she had on like these green pants. Oh, I love those green pants.
Obviously.
I love them. And I just remember thinking that, damn, this is one of the most beautiful girls I've ever seen. And I just have to know her.
This guy get lyrics. I love it.
So how did you go from that day to being married?
So I remember that night I found a way to get her number. We were all hanging out, and
Very
I
slick.
sort of just told her that, hey, I want to make sure she got home, safe. So
That was it?
Very
that was
slick.
it. But
Very slick.
it was a pretty good night. There was a lot of conversations.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of friends with us, even from college. And it was just good vibes.
Yeah.
Good vibes. No, it wasn't like I was flirting with her or really trying to. No, it was just really good company. So I just, hey, give me your number. Make sure you get home safe. And I remember texting her. She responded back the next day. And then I waited 2 weeks to really engage too much in
purpose?
conversation. On purpose, yes.
Why 2 weeks?
Because I wanted to make sure it wasn't just something I was
From that
feeling
night. Yeah.
from that night.
Gotcha.
So that entire 2 weeks, I just kept thinking about her. Like I couldn't get her out of my mind. But I was intentional about the 2 weeks. And it wasn't like if people were to ask why 2 weeks, I don't know. I just waited 2 weeks.
I was about to ask you that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just waited 2 weeks.
Was that like a formula? You had to-
No. I just waited 2 weeks. I guess I got to the point where it's like I got to reach out to her.
Yeah.
And I remember legit texting her. I think my first text was Carolyn with a bunch of Y's, and the rest is history, bro.
I love it.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
serious.
Wait, how do you not respond to that kind of text?
He was playful. Like
I love that.
and I think that's one of the many qualities I like him. He was very playful. So it's talking to him was so easy. So yeah, it wasn't one of those things where like I read. It's funny because when people ask me like when we first met, like did I know right off the bat he was interested? No, but like I remember like I was talking to my friends about it. I was like, man, I met this guy. He's really dope. He's like such a great conversationalist. I feel like he just ticks all the boxes in terms of making my brain like light up. Like it was just like he makes you think. He's a deep person. So yeah, no, I remember being very, it's just, I want to talk to him. It
You
was
were
one of those,
intrigued.
I was very intrigued. I want to talk to him. So yeah,
Of course, you want to talk to him when he says Carolyn.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all catch that part?
I caught it.
I make her brain.
Yeah.
work.
Oh my
I know,
god.
isn't
That was good.
amazing?
That was good.
I like
You're not
that.
serious.
I like that.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so y'all went on from that. You got married.
Yeah.
And then at what point in your marriage did you realize you needed support beyond yourselves? And was this even in your marriage? Because I know we met before during your premarital.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about who wants. Let's Carolyn.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know what? I want to say it was pretty early in. We just had a lot that we were navigating. I remember I was trying to figure out what I was doing with like what would be the next steps in terms of my career, and he was in the same spot too. And then I was also living with my mom at the same time. I really wanted to get out. Just like
Love you, Mom.
I love you, Mom. I really do.
Yeah, because you said wanted to get out.
I wanted to get out
But you
because I
know,
was
if you're in your 20s,
Yeah, you're in
that's
your
all
20s.
of us. Is
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's important to clarify because mom might see this.
Love you, Mom. I promise.
you.
I
Love
love you.
you.
Mom,
I wanted to get out
promise.
too
I
when
do.
I was.
So I feel like we were being hit with a lot of things at that time, and it wasn't like we had like the great careers. We were just starting off, so there was just a lot, at least for me. That's how there was just so many things we were navigating at that. So it was kind of rough in the beginning, I would say. And I don't know that it was something that, I don't know about you, I won't say I was intentional about, I need to seek out mentorship per se. But one thing I could say was that during that time, I do realize that during that period, we didn't really necessarily like have people like that we could say, okay, this was an example. This is what we want to emulate, or this is what we ideally would like our marriage to look like. We just knew what we didn't want, is what I would say.
Yeah.
We knew what we didn't want, more so from like how we were brought up, like things that we saw growing up and whatnot. But
Yeah.
let you
No,
I'm
exactly.
curious to hear Tade's.
No,
Tade's
exactly
piece.
that. I think she articulates it well. And then at that time, I had already visited like JHD, which was what NCH used to be called.
Right.
The summer of 2016. So it was just natural that we just go there. Funny enough, Carolyn did not want to go to that
I
church,
did
by the
not.
way.
I did not.
Carolyn,
I'm hearing this for the first
we had a huge fight.
It was a reminder too much of my past. There was a lot of things that I was trying to get away from.
Because there were so many people that she knew. Because
Yeah.
she grew up in Dallas.
I-
And
yeah.
she went to
Yeah.
school here.
Gotcha.
So
makes
for
sense.
her, it's like, Tade,
I
I
don't
know
wanna
all
go to
those
church
people.
with all
He's
people I
new.
know.
I want something fresh.
Well, for me, I'm like, I'm new to Dallas. Like, I'm going
want
to that
that.
church.
Yeah.
But I remember us going to JHD, and it was when we started to go together and we started to see all the married couples like you guys, the Akibolas, and I think that's when it's just started to open that these are people that seem to be doing it the way we would want to do it. So why not just build a
yourself to them.
relationship and attach yourself and just go along for the ride? So I think it was pretty early on, around 2017, 18. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. So you identified certain people that you thought, okay,
Yeah. I remember seeing her worship
Yeah.
one time on stage and then hearing you speak, and there was just something in my heart that was like, I want to get to know that couple.
Yeah.
yeah.
So then,
Yeah.
how did you do that?
So
How
what
did
was
you
that initial approach like?
Yeah.
Because I think this is
I
where
think-
people get stumped.
I think
Yes.
Tade facilitated that in the beginning.
He did. I remember.
I feel like he was the person who did that.
So honestly, what I do remember is premarital counseling.
I remember that.
When did we do premarital counseling? 20.
I think it was 2018.
2018?
It was
2018.
before
We did-
COVID.
Yeah.
Yes. So we did premarital
And
counseling.
I think we
2018.
taught you guys one of the
You
of
guys-
the sections.
you guys
I
taught
just
us-
remember saying we want them to be
Yes.
the couple that we do the individual
Were we
session.
your individual?
Yes, you were.
Yes,
Were.
you guys
Were.
were.
Y'all were.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we were very intentional. We were like, okay, because we knew that there was a group setting, but then they match couples up.
That's
At that point, they were matching up.
Yeah, that process has changed now, so that's
two
why I
couples.
forgot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we intentionally picked you guys and Akibolas.
Okay.
We're like, those are the two
Okay.
we want, So I remember we were able to meet up with you guys, came to your house, and I mean, you guys opened up your home. You guys were super vulnerable. You guys were
vulnerable,
super,
yeah.
because there's one thing about seeing people on stage and like that that platform,
Yeah.
and then I was meeting you guys and just the real human
to
beings you
real
guys were,
Yeah.
and how warm and welcoming you guys were, and how vulnerable about your story you guys were. That was like, yeah, this is it.
This is
like,
it. Yeah.
And then at that point, I remember telling her, I'm going to be shameless about this pursuit. like they are not going to be able to get rid of me.
You know what I respect a lot about, so I remember this story clearly.
Yeah.
And the reason I remember is because of all the people that we've mentored, marriages, individuals, all of that stuff,
Absolutely.
yours kind of stands out to me.
It does.
That, what you just said, the shameless pursuit, right?
Yes.
I think that's key, because Tade literally came to me, figured out what departments were under me, and it's like, Pastor Sanmi, where do you need help?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever had somebody, I mean, you would know when
He
somebody wants you
intentionally
to
chose to serve under you.
And it wasn't, mentor me.
Yes.
It was more,
I'm going to be close to you.
I want to be close to you.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it was
yeah.
obvious. So I couldn't shake him off. It was like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
you want to prove yourself? You want
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
come along for the ride.
Yeah.
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 And every task, everything that I asked him to do,
He did with
he
excellence.
just did it with excellence. There's a spirit of excellence over your life. And this is not me just saying it because you're here. But the fact that you helped build, there's so many departments that we've been able to build together within the church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And you made my life
Absolutely
so much easier.
easier.
Yeah.
And so that
yeah.
mentorship flowed naturally.
Yeah.
Unlike, some
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
ones where I have to kind of
Yeah.
like keep
Yeah.
it like a classroom environment kind of mentorship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate you saying that. And I think one of my mindset was definitely like that shameless pursuit, but also I wanted to, because I knew the way I saw it was, I'm getting so much out of this relationship just by being around you guys. I got to give something back. And at that point, what I could give was my service, hey, I'm here for you. Hey, you can't teach Bible study. I don't really want to teach Bible study. I wouldn't do it for anybody else, but for you, I'll say yes and I'll figure out how to do it. That was my, I guess, heart posture.
It was amazing. And I remember with Carolyn, it was so funny because when I first met you, you were still trying to decide what you wanted to do with your career.
Yeah.
And so at first your connection with me was, I know you're a nurse.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go to nursing school. What is that like? And so we started talking like that.
Yeah.
But I honestly could see that I could tell that Tade was the one who was driving
Yes.
the relationship.
Yes.
And you were a little bit more shy about it.
I was.
And there were many times Tade would like show, come to the house, relate with us.
Yeah.
And he would say, Carolyn will call you. And Carolyn, like he will always plug. Carolyn will call you. Carolyn will call you.
And she didn't call.
No, but then it became little by little.
Little
By little. It
Yeah.
started with the nursing, and then it became more of, just marriage, and then life, and then then the wedding planning, and all those seasons came, and then before you know it, that's my sister.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I know people who think we don't even look a thing alike. There's people who think she's my sister.
It's actually your sister.
Oh, for real?
My eyebrow chick, last chick, till
What?
today,
Yeah.
still think she's my little sister.
Oh, for real?
That's interesting.
Yes.
And y'all just let her think that?
Hey, why not?
I love it. All right, so what were y'all's first impression of mentorship
In marriage.
in marriage? I mean, what was?
That's a good
That's
question.
a really
man.
good question.
That's a good question. What you got?
I didn't have the best example when it comes to my parents, but if I have to say the best example would probably be with my grandparents. I know they didn't have like they weren't like the perfect marriage, but like I guess just seeing them, the commitment that they showed one another, just seeing how like they worked in unison, and seeing like even when they didn't necessarily agree on things, how they dealt with it would probably be the best example for me.
So that
But-
left with you like a good impression.
Good impression.
Of being
I
mentored?
think when I see them, it's like what I took from it was like, we're gonna make it work regardless.
Yeah.
Like that's what I took from their marriage. But yeah, there wasn't like a whole lot, and which was why I said in the beginning why I know what I didn't necessarily want. So it was important for me to like at least see something, like see hope outside of just you guys just being together.
Yeah.
So what about when you started with us, what was your first impression of mentorship with us?
I think you guys being so vulnerable and real, and like the assurance and encouragement that like, hey, this is not necessarily unique to like couples go through things, but just the encouragement that you guys offered us, like you guys can make this work. If you guys want to, you guys can make it work. It's just about whether or not that you want to be committed, the decision that you want to make to be committed.
So, babe, I will say, I think when we first started the journey of mentorship with them, I think if we were to be a little vulnerable, it felt very exposing.
Yeah,
right?
It did.
And there was definitely a lot of conversations about, because you're trying to balance two things. We know we don't know everything we know, but can we really reveal everything that's under the hood?
Yeah.
For fear that will we still be accepted and loved after it and treated like human beings? Or will our problems now be the lens through which you guys see us? So there's always that balancing thing, right? But we just always chose, I think, again,
I don't know what it was, but we just
I think we walked in faith, and the environment you guys created, we can only do with the evidence you're showing us.
True.
So I'm not going to let the fear of what could be dictate the relationship. I'm going to take so far they're hugging us, they're loving up on us. So I'm going to
take it at face value.
I'm going to take it at face value and move on. But it was very vulnerable. It was internally, it wasn't that clear cut. It was definitely something I feel like I did scared.
I will say that I was following your lead because I know that I didn't necessarily start off like that wasn't necessarily my MO.
Yeah.
But like watching him do it, and I'm like, okay, this isn't too bad. And they seem pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we've shared this. Okay. It doesn't make them think any different of us. They still love us. In fact, they're still telling us to come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's safe. This is safe. Okay.
Yeah. That I mean, to kind of round it, that first impression is, because I think a lot of us were taught, protect the family name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Protect. Make sure that, you keep it in house, but you don't let your ish smell outside. So there was definitely that fear. I think a lot of us had that conditioning. So we had to intentionally break from that. Okay. And it was not, it may have looked easy on the outside, but it was it was a constant struggle and battle of how much can I share? Am I still safe here the next time I speak to you?
Yeah.
And then battling the voice of, did she or he say that because of what I shared before? Or is this part of what mentorship is? Constantly battling those insecurities and whatnot. But I think we just continue to do it scared lean on each other, and just lean on the space you guys were creating.
Yeah.
Tade is a philosopher.
Oh my God.
He is.
Going on in the background. But that is so true, though. And I think that's a deterrent for a lot of people.
It really
When
is.
you think about getting into
It
mentorship,
really is.
is these people that I'm about to explain. Because again, for in order for anyone to get the juice and squeeze the juice out of the mentorship, you have to get to the place of vulnerability.
You got to present you got to bring the whole fruit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just bring me, if there's a whole bundle of banana, but you only bring me one banana,
The curated part.
that's
all
all
we're
we're
gonna
going
talk
to
about.
squeeze.
Yeah.
But there's still like 4 more in the bundle that you're hiding, and that could be the source of the problem. So it's bringing the whole thing and just be like, yeah, this one's a little rotten, this one is still good, this one's, but this is the whole bunch right here, and
let's figure out which one
let's
to deal
hope
with
that
first.
we can make a smoothie out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really how it goes. I just remember in the beginning, honestly, we've had many couples come in and out of our life, and some would come. As a matter of fact, I think, to be honest, you guys are probably the only ones who have really stayed through the entire time, and it's because of that pursuit.
Yeah.
Like, you were so intentional that by the time it even transitioned from mentorship to family, I don't even know when that happened.
I have no idea when that
I don't even know when it happened.
It's just we can't host anything without inviting the Bollarins.
No,
there.
like,
But even the fact that you guys just let us come through, like,
yeah,
it's like,
I remember before you had kids, you would like
just
spend the night in our house. How many times
Before
you slept?
COVID,
Yeah, how many times you slept in the
so many times
in the studio, in the what's it called, the media room.
Yeah.
We would just talk for so
So
long that by
yeah.
the time we look at the time, it's like past midnight. Just stay.
Yeah.
Just stay.
Yeah.
And it was authentic. It was honest. It was.
We started doing life
intentional.
together.
We
Yeah.
did. We
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is what we need to push out there for mentorship. You can't hold back. Neither of y'all can hold back, the mentor or the mentee.
Yeah.
You just got to trust God, lots of prayer, push forward, be vulnerable, and God will do the rest. The Holy Spirit really was who did all the work. It wasn't
Truly.
us, to be
Truly.
honest,
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
So next question, we're going to transition into the role of mentorship in y'all's growth, right? What were some of the early challenges that y'all faced that made mentorship valuable? Any specific
I'm always
early
going to
challenges?
defer to her first.
What were some of the
early challenges that you guys faced?
I mean,
that made
If
us
you could give
coming
maybe one or
together
two
valuable.
specific things that were like, okay, if we didn't have mentorship in this,
I know for me, I remember there was, I don't remember. I think we had like an argument one time about like just how we show up for each other, how we love up on each other. And he mentioned something because full disclosure, my parents are divorced, and my parents, I didn't necessarily get an idea of like how like I guess a woman would show up, or because my mom for majority of my life was doing played the role of both mom and dad. So I never really got to see how a woman treats her husband per se, at least from the time that I can remember. And I do remember him saying like, you need to seek that out. Like if that's not something that you necessarily have seen, you need to seek that out if you know that this marriage is important to you. And I do remember like looking, I mean, because outside of like, there wasn't really anybody else besides you guys that I could say. And I had to be, you know, very honest with myself. Like it required some level of like, what do you have and what don't you have? This is something you don't have. Okay. So the people in your community, the people that you surround yourself, what are some qualities that you see? And one thing that I can say about you, Tos, is that you love your man. You love your man down. You love your man shamelessly, and it's required. That's required of you. If you know you want your marriage to work, if you know you want to make sure that you guys are in sync and you in sync. In sync. That's a requirement from you. And I know like seeing that like. It's not necessarily a muscle that like I have that's developed, but that's something that I'm definitely working on because I know that it's required of me. This is what my husband is. We need to have each other's six.
yeah.
And in order for me, I have to like be thinking about him. And how do you think about that how do you do that without like pouring everything into, you know, your husband in that way? So yeah, you are one of the very few people that I feel like I can see that like does that. Like you do that hands down. Like no doubt, you do that hands down.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of our early challenges was around that, sort of stripping away from our conditioning and how we were both been taught to do relationship. She articulated where she was coming from for what she saw or didn't see. And then on the flip side, my parents are not divorced. They're both together. But the burden that brings in a relationship is the assumption that the way mom and dad did it is correct. Is correct, or I can expect of Carolyn the same things like my mom did, right? So that was the stripping away or the process that I had to like do away with, which is where being close to you. And then the vulnerability that you guys kind of reflected about the family dynamics, because we also had family dynamics playing out at that point. I think family dynamics was a huge thing at the very beginning of our relationship. Family dynamic with the in-laws and finances were probably the two major things that I think mentorship with you guys have seen us through in terms of just the heart posture with which to approach these things. I mean, the story that you guys have about taking out student loans and how early on both of y'all were just able to lock in as partners even before you had a lot. We really leaned in on that because we were in a season where we didn't really have much when we first got together.
Yeah.
But we're living in a world where it was constantly curating. A man is supposed to do this, supposed to provide, and then having to like do away with the external expectations and lock in and be like, okay, how do we want to do this, man?
Beautiful.
So it helped to be able to see how you guys were able to do that and silence the outside noise and really lean in on partnership.
Yes.
As it pertains to particularly family and finances at the beginning.
I love that.
Does that answer the question?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave us three distinct.
I love it.
Things in the
So
beginning.
I'm gonna jump into the next question here, right? And this is want to be a little bit specific. If you guys can think of a specific moment that, or maybe a conversation that shifted your marriage trajectory.
Oh.
So far we're talking about mentorship and how that's been great. Was there
a moment with us or a conversation with us that you felt like, okay, that was when it then shifted? And maybe you've touched on it, you just need to highlight it.
On it a little bit. Yeah. And it could be different for each of you.
I think it was last year.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What moment was that?
Express.
So
before you say much on last, I just want to say, like, again, we started. When did we start? 2018. We agreed 2018,
Yes.
right? That's how many years ago?
7.
No.
2025 now.
3, 8.
8 years.
8 years, right?
No, sorry.
What is
My
it? 7?
maths is off.
Was it 7?
I think it's 7 years. Yeah.
7 intentional
Three or
years.
4, yeah.
7.
Yes.
Yeah,
So 7 years,
yeah.
right? And we've been mentoring since then. And she's about to say something about last year. So that's what I want to point out, is how some people think that mentorship is only like in the beginning phases, and that it, after a while, once you're good, we let you go.
That's therapy.
I feel like,
that's what you do with
mentorship
therapy.
is a lifelong
Mentorship
commitment
is-
to
yes.
each
It's
other.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't expecting you to say last year.
Yeah.
Like, literally, just right. It's still going on. Because we're still learning things from each other.
I mean, in the last 7 years, there's been a lot of transitions. You guys have
my
seen
God.
us through a lot.
We saw you from babyhood
to having my own children,
graduating school,
graduating.
changing
Oh my gosh,
careers,
yes, I didn't even think about that.
Kids,
so many things. So a lot has
home.
happened in the last
yes,
Buying a
buying
first
your first home.
Yeah.
And so, you guys have been laughing at me about preparation. That's actually what I wrote down, because I took a moment yesterday to just write down all the different seasons.
Even
that you guys
without
saw
knowing
us
the
through.
questions?
Even without knowing the questions.
we didn't
like,
share
I literally
questions with
titled
them.
it, "You've seen us through seasons."
So many
wow.
seasons.
Right?
Okay, pause. I'm gonna let you pause on
Okay,
that.
okay.
'Cause I think she's gonna lose her train of
Okay,
thought.
yeah, you're right.
I'm still on it. I'm still on it. I'm still on it.
You're right. So let's go
I'm
to
still
last
on
year, and then we'll,
Yeah, let's talk about last year. Then,
yeah.
Tade, whatever you wrote, you gonna read it.
Okay.
So I mean, up until how many years have we been married? It was like
We got married
Married
2017, had our wedding 2021.
Yeah.
It's a story for another day.
Yeah. But as
Don't try this at home.
don't try this at home.
10 out of 10 do not recommend.
So
No,
I mean, up until like I had gone through nursing school. We had started I was like 4 years into my career as a nurse. We had a son, bought a house. So there were a lot of things that were happening. I don't think I had taken a moment to process, okay, like, is all these things that are happening, like, are you okay? Are you, what's going on with you? Are you happy? Like, have you figured out what makes Carolyn tick? And I feel like not necessarily taking that time to like process all those things.
A lot happened.
A lot had happened. There was and I was also dealing, full disclosure, dealing with some mental health issues, my own personal mental health issues. And I feel like in all of that, like a lot of that I took out on him. And I know like during that season, it may have, the way he was taking it was, okay, maybe he's not necessarily doing enough. And I think we just hit a wall where he got tired.
Yeah.
Like he got tired, and we were pretty much like our wit's end. And it was like, can we keep doing this?
Yeah.
Because I don't think I can do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that for me, I guess in a way was sort of a wake up call, because like you don't realize that you're sort of just drifting. So many things are happening. You're in a sense drifting. And yeah, like I think that's when, I don't know if I've answered the question.
You've
Absolutely.
prefaced, so you've
Yeah.
led up to what then happened.
But,
So what then? So y'all hit a wall.
we hit a wall.
we had a
We
wall.
were done. We're
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I think you guys were out of town when this blew up
Yeah.
in y'all's face. You were on
Yeah.
vacation.
We were on
Yeah.
vacation
And so we
with
weren't there.
friends.
Yeah.
We were not there. So then what happened next for y'all? How did it get to us? And then what was the conversation that then changed the trajectory? And how did it change the trajectory?
So we were on vacation, and I know some things had happened leading up to us even going on vacation, because I know we were at a point where like, should we even go? Because I think at that point in time, he was done. And I feel like I was still sort of in limbo. Like, I'm taking in what he's telling me, but like, I'm just kind of like, I'm spazzing out. I'm crashing out. I'm not gonna lie. And and a lot of that spilled into our trip in front of our friends. So they saw that. But I will say it looking back now, all of that was necessary. It was very necessary.
Sometimes that's what
because we needed that to bring things needed to be brought to light, and we needed a reset because at the rate things were going, we couldn't continue. Things couldn't continue that way. So yeah, I think it took him like basically being like, okay, I'm done, for the light bulb to go off, and like we definitely needed some outside help, because we knew that it wasn't necessary. Us sitting like trying to go hash it out
back and forth
was
arguing,
no longer going to work.
Counting hurts.
Yeah,
like we got to a point where it doesn't matter what the other person was saying. Like we were not on the same team anymore.
Yeah.
I was telling her about all the ways she's hurt me. She was telling me about all the ways she's hurt. And it was clear that we did not have a winning formula. But I will say, before I kind of get more, I am so grateful, babe, for our gift of vulnerability.
Yeah.
Because sitting on this couch now, I'm realizing that's actually what has helped keep us because there was so many things we've gone through that it was so much easier to just be like, let's not share this with people for what they would think. Let's appear like we are good. But whether it's with our friends, and we do have a good village of couple friends that we do life with, or you guys, we have always chosen the hard thing.
Yeah.
Let's be vulnerable. And guys, it hasn't always felt that way. Like,
oh my God.
Imagine being vulnerable and you feel like you're the only couple that's always having issues.
Yeah.
We're always the one fighting.
Because that's what it felt like.
It's always us. We're going on vacation. Everybody looks lovey-dovey, but Tade and Carolyn, something is always wrong.
Off.
At some point you start to feel inferior.
Yeah.
You start to feel like something is inherently wrong with you. But in this season, I'm choosing to be grateful for the vulnerability, because it was the vulnerability that allowed us to be like, yo, let's actually talk to people. And then it was the talking to people that allowed people to breathe encouragement, love,
life,
support into it, different perspective. Yes. So when we got to this point, I do remember I got on a call with you, right? Yeah. And I mean, when I call Pastor Sanmi, I'm raw, like I'm real. He's not just a pastor. He's like my brother's like, bro, I'm done. And I'm telling him exactly how I feel. I'm pouring the weight of all my emotions at him. And I remember him saying, bro, you might want to talk to sis. He pointed me in your direction. And I think something about, hey, we kind of had a similar experience when we hit, was it 9? Is it 8?
It was 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, for us.
Yeah, 10 years. For us, it was 7 years or something.
And I did that because I wanted you to get a
female perspective. Yeah.
And I thought it would be so critical.
Yeah.
So that you can hear some of the things that Carolyn is talking to you about.
Yeah.
And then get a female perspective, because there's only so much I can share with you as a brother, right?
Yeah.
I don't have the female perspective.
As well as in our marriage, it was me who was done.
Yeah,
exactly. That's
so
true.
We both had the shared.
So we had the shared thought process and experience.
Yeah. And I remember it was this very room. We sat here, we talked, and I just remember walking in. And I'm not gonna lie, sis. I remember I walked in. I'm like, it doesn't.
Whatever you're
gonna There's nothing anybody can tell me.
That's gonna change my mind.
I'm done. I was essentially doing my retirement tour, and then
let me talk to the people that
let me talk to the people that I care about, so it doesn't take them by surprise.
Yeah.
Or maybe them feel responsible that they didn't do enough. No, it's not you, it's me. I'm done. So I really walked in with that like hardened heart, and I just remembered your vulnerability and kind of just talking through what you went through and how it was like for you, and then how you were able to shift your mindset from what was going wrong to, I remember one of the things you told me is like, Tade, like marriage requires an almost delusional level of I'm going to love this person and I'm going to pour into it like I have nothing until I have nothing left to give. I remember you telling me that. And I think what that did for me is it freed me to be like, it's okay for it to be delusional. Like,
Yes.
it's not always gonna make sense.
That's my theory. I'm sticking to
Yeah,
it.
and I'm very
You can't be logical with this.
yes, and I'm as much as I'm very expressive emotionally, and I'm sensitive. Behind all of that, and I think you know this, I'm a very logical
Yes.
thinker, and even my marriage I think about very logically. And the reason I hit a wall was not because I don't love her; it was because I kept thinking, okay, we've been doing this for 7 years. You're telling me you're not happy,
It's not making sense. It has
and
to
I
make
cannot
sense.
be in a place where I'm not of value. I'm clearly not of a value. There's something about me that's not enough. So let me exit and go somewhere where I can be valued. That's the logic I was thinking, because I too want to feel like, right? And I remember you sort of just saying, hey, like, maybe instead of going back and forth and fighting each other, maybe you lean more into Tade, one, where are you at? Who are you? Where are you making a decision from? And then it's okay to love in a delusional way, to where it's like you close the doors, no exits, but continue to focus on what you can bring and what you can give. And I remember leaving that conversation from the standpoint of, I still have so much left to give. It would be such a shame to walk away because of what I perceive as what I'm not getting back, when I know deep down, if you think about like my capacity, I still have so much left to give. So why not just give it delusionally until I literally have nothing left? And that initial conversation gave me more life to continue to have the conversation, to stop stonewalling. Because I'm not going to lie, for about a month or two, I started stonewalling her. I wouldn't have conversations. It doesn't matter what she brought to me. I was just like, it doesn't matter what I say. You're not going to be happy. So why should I even try? So that conversation helped me
That sounds
go.
like a tool of the enemy right there.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
get us in that place. So it's just like,
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It makes
Do you
a
remember
lot
that
of sense.
conversation?
I know the room didn't look like this, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture it.
Yeah.
We've had many conversations, but I do
Yeah.
remember my theory on the Delulu world. Probably a lot of people don't agree with, and that's fine. It hasn't hurt nobody, and it has worked, so I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
It really, honestly, for me, is you can't let the other person determine how you love. Like what they do cannot
That is
determine.
so difficult, though.
It's
tough.
It's so tough.
It is.
It's tough.
Especially when
Like
the
if I
other
was going to
person-
focus on all the negatives and all the things that you don't do right,
And that's
I
what it would
wouldn't
be.
stay loving you.
Correct.
But my love for you is like the way Jesus loves the church. It's not about what we're doing. He just loves us. And so it's reminding myself, I just love you, and I'm just going to love you, and I'm going to be okay, because honestly, the grass ain't greener on the other side.
Yeah.
And to think that each of us have the capacity to actually love like Jesus loved us. Because when we look at ourselves, it's almost like, especially when you're in the heat of the moment, right? It's almost like, I can't do it anymore. I mean, think about what you just said. You walked in saying, there's nothing nobody can tell me.
There's absolutely
I'm
nothing.
out.
Yeah.
And you left the room with, you know what, I still got a little bit more.
Yeah.
And every single one of us, for those who are facing divorce, for those who are facing really difficult times right now, I think this is an encouragement that we can even dig deeper, right?
There's always
No matter what.
something left.
Yeah.
Of course, I am not saying that if your life is in danger that you should sit there and continue loving. That is my one exception. But whenever your partner does something, or you reach the point of this wall where you feel like there's no return, trust me.
Yeah.
If you dig deeper, there's always something left.
left.
You just have to commit to the fact that exit does not exist when it comes to this marriage.
Yeah.
If you can reach that point where you really believe it and you've accepted it and this is the reality, now you can work. It's not that exit does not exist in this marriage, but you stay the same. Y'all don't change. Y'all don't work towards it getting better. You're not doing anything. Just exit, which is, if we're doing that, then we're doing what our parents did. A lot of our African parents, that's exit does not exist was the foundation of their marriage.
Yeah.
But the marriage itself was
Yeah.
hell on earth. And there was no, let's talk about it, let's work towards it, let's see how we can do better. No, it's just that exit does not exist.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying exit does not exist and you stay that way. It's exit does not exist. But we're going to
Work at it.
at
Go
it.
back and work at
to
it.
be better.
And
And one of the
experience it.
things I do remember with you guys that I don't want to forget was there was a season when a lot of our conversations were always going back to the hurt.
Yeah.
Always going back to, but then he did this in the past.
Yes, yes.
And she did that in the past.
Yes.
And I remember there was a conversation we had where we had to tell y'all to stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
Leave the past in the past. Start afresh.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
You're not going to resolve it.
We're not, and can we be okay with not resolving
and
it?
I think the issue is also that we consistently look for closure.
Yeah.
Right? You've done something 5 years ago. I need closure.
we
I need
must
to-
we must finish it.
We must
I
resolve
do
it.
remember going to Toast. I don't remember if our conversation happened before y'all's
It was
conversation.
before.
Was
You
it before?
you had
We-
called me while you were in Europe. We had the conversation
Yeah,
while you were in
yeah,
Europe.
yeah.
And you told me this is what your brother's doing.
Yeah.
And we talked through a little, and I was okay. When you come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do remember you talking about what I think what I left with from our conversation was being able to identify when resentment is creeping up. Like, let's forget about everything but like right now, presently, moving forward, like, because
Why are you feeling the
why
way
are
you're
you
feeling?
feeling the way you're feeling? And outside of whatever it is, why are you feeling the way? And being able to nip it in the moment you see it's ugly head rearing, being able, because I feel like in our relationship, I'm the person who doesn't necessarily talk. I stew, and then things blow up when something just kind of like a match is just lit. Then I go kaboom.
I don't
So
even see you that way.
yeah.
And then when
yeah.
she sees red, she sees
When
red.
I see red, I see red. So yeah, yeah. So it's interesting because it's one of those things where you're right. What I appreciate about our relationship is that you're able to call me out.
Oh,
You're able to call me out, and it's really hard. It's really hard. It's really hard
You think you're
when
right.
when you think you're right. But yeah, there are a lot of I always appreciate that there's always nuggets whenever we have our conversations, and I will say, like, the fact that you've also been able to infuse a level of spirituality in our relationship, because I wouldn't say that I was the strongest person when it comes to like prayer per se, but like just being able to talk to you in this, getting that courage, bring it, take it and talk. You can literally talk to God about anything.
Yeah.
Anything, and you might go into it hoping for like an immediate like answer response,
Yeah.
but being okay with like, okay, things are, the way they are, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Just go to him and talk to him. Like, one of the things that I will say that I definitely appreciate, but yeah, that accountability holding me, because it's hard. It's hard.
it is not.
Who said it was going to be easy?
It's not easy at all.
And you know the thing with resentment that I tend to say, and I think we said this in season 1, I don't remember, but if I didn't say it, if we didn't say it, I want to share. The thing with resentment, how, for a woman at least, how I recognize it is, like we said earlier, I'm like, my man. So if there's ever a time where all of a sudden he walks by or walks in or says something to me and I don't feel that my man, I ask myself, why? Why? Pause a second. You are my man. What is it? And when I dig, a lot of times I'll find maybe something he did, something he said, or whatever, and I've allowed it without realizing
To fester.
to fester. So I address it, and a lot of times I just go to him. I'm like, hey, I really don't want resentment between us. I call it what it is. This is what I'm apparently finding is an issue. And a simple I'm sorry, and I'm done. And I'm back to my man. So transitioning from that, because I know you guys went through that season, and you already had a son. You had a kid at that time.
Yeah.
Funny enough, you were pregnant, weren't you?
I didn't even
And
know.
didn't
No,
even know.
She didn't know she was
She
pregnant.
didn't know she was pregnant. Maybe that's part of why your hormones.
It's actually quite possible.
We joke about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, no. She wasn't pregnant. not August.
Oh, not that trip.
She got
No, but
pregnant the second trip.
the second Europe
Yeah.
trip.
Second
Yes,
trip.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
second
There were
trip.
two
Yeah.
trips. There were two trips.
Yes.
But how has having kids changed what mentorship means to you? Has it or has it not? First of all, y'all don't sleep in our house anymore.
Yeah.
You used to have long nights and then sleep. Now,
Is this on? It's on camera. You want to settle this matter? Lori podcast.
I actually think you guys have done very well, though. I really, truly do. And this is not to answer the question for you. We'll toss it back. But I thought that the moment you started having kids, it was going to be a huge gap. Right? So, prime example.
that's true.
We used to lead a team of people together, right? And when you couldn't do it anymore, I thought that, there was going to be a gap. But I was very intentional, and I think you were too.
Yeah.
To make sure that, hey,
The relationship wasn't about
the
the
relationship wasn't
serving
going to be about
together.
serving together,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
rather we've created a brotherhood that can just we sticking together, right?
Yeah.
And so
Like
we
these
would
two, they
still
talk
call
literally almost every
almost
day.
every day.
I feel like if I just hear if I hear him on FaceTime talking to someone, blah, 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 blah,
Yes.
blah,
Yeah.
I just know it's Tade. And it's like,
Yeah.
And when I call Tade, it's always on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're going to keep talking.
Yeah.
And even when the kids started growing up a little bit, you guys, I think, were very
intentional about keeping
setting things on our
honestly.
calendar and bringing the kids. And it wasn't,
Yes.
we got to keep the baby out of
Yeah.
babysitter. No.
No.
Bring the kids.
Bring them.
Yeah.
That shouldn't
Yeah.
change. So for
And
me,
I feel like
think you've
Jalen
done
in the
well.
beginning probably was like, don't really know this people, but now his
absolutely.
reaction
Imagine-
to us
Yeah.
and to seeing me is he knows that's his auntie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
knows,
He knows.
Yeah.
that, and from day one, long from before MK made it out the stomach, she recognizes this voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
She
yeah.
knows who I am,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that
yeah.
for me is just like it has made no difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think y'all even come more
Yeah.
now with the kids than before, but you're intentional.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speak a little bit about that.
Yeah.
How do you get to that point? Because
I
do you
think-
talk about it?
I don't think we really talked about. I think we've just done like initially. Yes,
do
we
talk
may have
about it,
sought
though.
you guys out, but then we
We
got
talk
to a
about
point
it.
where we were.
You talked about
When
it?
We
did we
t-
talk about it?
We always talk about it.
We do.
Yeah, and what I mean by talking is like, yo, we need to go see them.
Yeah, but I feel
And-
like it's not one of those things where like
Something's wrong. We
something
need to
is
go see
Yeah,
it.
wrong.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
exactly.
we just. I think we've just gotten to a point where we've like you guys are family now to us, so it's kind of like it's almost kind of like okay, let's
If we haven't come over in a
LSE,
minute,
LA's
Yeah.
it's like we gotta rectify that.
We gotta rectify that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just knowing that you guys again, like you guys, one thing I will say is that you guys have had that, I guess, open door policy per se. Like it's not you just saying it, but you actually mean it. I know sometimes we've talked about, do you think we're
Imposing?
imposing? Like no,
That's Carolyn.
Tosin.
I've
No,
never
Tosin
been
said.
worried about imposing.
No, yes, you have. I'm the one who said, "Let's go, let's go."
real?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
I'm the one-
maybe at the beginning.
No,
but
no.
you're
I'm
right, we
like,
have switched
I'm like,
spots.
yeah.
I am a lot more protective.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
That's
Tosin said
true.
we can come. In fact, she gave me the
That's true. That
the
is true.
code.
That
The
is
code.
true.
She said I can come.
Wait, you
Yeah.
have the code?
Yeah, she gave sent it to me.
Hold up, wait. You have the code?
Listen,
Yes.
I didn't know that she has
Yeah,
food. I'm
the
finding out
moment
for the
she
first
Bro,
time.
what are we doing?
The
Apparently
moment
you
she
need the
said,
code.
You got me calling you to open the garage when I could have had the code.
They literally said
got you.
anytime, and I'm holding. You said it until you tell me otherwise. They've never made me feel weird about it. So I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, no, like I feel at home here. So it's
Now
not
I'm
one of those
upset.
things where
That's
I feel
okay.
like I have to like plan it per se. They know I have kids. It's
Yeah,
like this is
yeah.
a part
Yeah,
of the
the kids
package.
ain't going nowhere.
The kids
Yeah,
ain't going
this is
nowhere.
a part
You
of
know
the
the
package.
beautiful thing is Sammy and I actually talk about, like, if you guys reach out, hey, bro, sis, we need a regular dose of yo. We haven't seen you in a while. You know, that's usually how the conversation starts. And no matter what, usually when I'm working on my first day off, I try not to like have people around just because I feel like I can't really give.
Be yourself.
I can't
Yeah,
give
be the-
much
the
because I'm
best.
usually very
Yeah.
tired, or I'm like, I can't cook for you. And it's important for me to honestly cater to the people, to people when they come to my home. I want you to feel that love and that welcome. But when I feel like I can't, I'm like, can we not do this day? But it's so funny with Tade and Carolyn. our conversation
gone past
is
that now.
it's Tade and Carolyn. Like, it doesn't ever feel like work for me. I don't have to feel like I have to get out of my pajamas. I don't have to feel like I have to get off the couch. I don't have to feel like I have to cater. I mean, if I can, great. But if it's a day where it's the only day that works for y'all is in the middle of the day on a Tuesday or on a Wednesday,
Coming over.
he'll be like, Tade and Carolyn are coming over. I'm like, it's Tade and Carolyn.
Yeah, I don't even ask her anymore.
It's,
I used to ask her just kind of make sure she's good.
It's
Now
Tade
she's
and
like,
Carolyn.
coming
Yeah.
over.
until and then you had I call her MK, but you had MK, and honestly, she showed up. I say this all the time, and I mean it, and it almost brings tears to my eyes. I know people may now understand, and even I don't understand. It's so weird, but that baby girl, honestly, I call her my emotional support human, because she truly has. Y'all, I don't know what it's. Maybe the timing in which the season in which she showed up was obviously in the time when
need
I was
emotional
experiencing
support.
loss, so, but just having that baby girl around or with me, just, she warms my heart from the inside out, and I just love her, love her. No offense to Jay.
Wait
I love
till Jay sees this.
I love Jay. Jay, I love you.
I get it.
Jay, you didn't like me in the beginning.
Yeah. So
Michaela has loved me from day one.
Day one.
And I honestly, I'm grateful to you guys for, I don't even know how we came about that. I think it was one day, one of y'all must have tagged her that.
Yeah.
And even I didn't realize it, but she did become that for me. She has become that for me. I don't even really like babies. Yes, this is public. I'm not really a baby person. I really am not like a baby person. But that baby,
if you see her with
That one
MK,
baby.
if you see her with MK,
I do love.
Yeah,
I do love. So I think the kids haven't really made that much of a difference, because you
haven't.
have intentionally not allowed that.
And that's the takeaway, right? That when we hit seasons in life, even though you're in a mentorship, don't let that, because it's easy for that to take over your life.
Yeah.
And then you drop everything.
Yeah.
Right? What you guys have done well is that you haven't allowed that
to happen.
to happen.
Yeah.
And we got to give credit also to you guys too. I mean, people don't know this. You guys were the first people. When Carolyn gave birth to Michaela, you guys were in a hospital 2 hours after,
Literally.
with sushi. You guys were the first.
because that's what I asked for.
No, straight up. No, like, you know what I mean? So it's our intentionality has always been met with you guys is like openness and dropping things to come see us. I remember when Carolyn totaled her car, the first person I called was you guys. You were in Orange Theory. And I remember you saying, get on 75. The first thing you were like, you guys don't share location? We started sharing locations after that event.
Right.
And sis was
Yeah.
like, y'all don't share location? Get on 75, drive. Call me if you need anything. That night, you guys were there with home cooked food. So like that's also the nature. You guys have seen us through seasons.
So many.
Showed up for us, dropped
When you say it
things.
like that, you make us feel like we're
No,
all that in the bag.
No, it's
Because
true.
you guys are. You are.
It's true. So yeah.
Well, thank you.
I just wanted to mention that as well.
Yeah.
So still on the topic of kids, how do you balance raising two little kids while still prioritizing each other?
Oh Lord, I don't even know.
Yeah, that part.
balance.
We're
Because I
figuring-
see y'all on social media. I see you. In fact, Tade and I's thing is, where's that? They're always
Tade finds new
brunching
restaurants.
somewhere. They're
Yeah.
always brunching somewhere. I'm like, this is why I have children. How do you prioritize each other, even with the two little kids?
For me, I feel like it's a day-to-day thing. Like what are we what do we need? What do you need? What do I need? What do we need on a day-to-day basis? What do we need to prioritize today? It's funny. I feel like I've done away with the word balancing, because I feel like it's hard to say balance. Like it's just
It seems like you're still figuring it out.
Yeah, you're figuring out on the whim, sometimes on the daily. Each day looks different. So it's just prioritizing what is needed in that needed in that moment.
So I will say, like, one of the mindset shifts that I had to experience after we had kids, which also helped last year when I hit that wall, was just realizing that, like, my wife is gone through making babies twice, and her body has gone through a lot. She's still trying to figure out who she is. It's really on me to make sure that we're prioritizing alone time. Okay. So that's one of the shifts that I have done. So as she's figuring out what we need and what not, I'm like, drop it all. Let's go to brunch. We figured out that lunch doesn't work. The kids are at home. So brunch is our sweet spot.
Dinner
And
doesn't work, you mean?
dinner doesn't dinner doesn't work. Dinner doesn't work. And as things would have it, I'm fortunate enough to work from home. I've also been fortunate enough to have parental leave in the last 4 months. So there'll be times where I'll just say, let's go to brunch today.
4 months of parental leave.
I know.
For a man.
That's crazy.
How
I
amazing.
love it.
Why
I love
are we
it.
In
saying
America.
Please don't say anything
Yeah,
so that they don't
it's okay.
change it.
It's okay.
It's crazy.
It's okay. Did I say 4 months? My bad. I meant 3 weeks.
Yeah, sure.
That's like 4 months.
Wild, yo.
That's like 4
But no,
months.
it is 4 months. No, I'm actually
But the
good.
Lord
It was
knew we
16
needed
weeks.
it. I will say that. Like, I know we talked to a lot of individuals who'll say, like couples who'll say, oh, wow,
got 2
like
weeks,
you
yeah.
got to, they, yeah. If that,
If
if
2
that,
weeks, yeah.
I look at it as this is what God knew we needed.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we
This
did.
is what he knew we needed.
So yeah, we try to take out time, or I try to be intentional about pulling her out of all that. One, me, I like my wife, and I don't like sharing her. I love my kids, but I don't like sharing her. You know.
Did you learn that from us?
Yes, actually. Did you?
Yes, but I'm also already naturally a jealous person. If y'all notice, I don't like sharing y'all either.
Yeah.
wow.
I know I'm
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I'm just mature
Yeah.
now. I'm a mature
I
guy.
think in the beginning,
Yeah.
when we first met you guys,
Yeah.
there were actually a few young couples in y'all's class
And I was like,
that would have also, that were initially, y'all were coming as a group initially.
Yeah, I mocked them.
Yeah.
Nah, those are my
I
people.
think Tade clearly started like shanking people.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Very known.
Very no, those are my people.
Shamelessly.
They only got time for me. But so yeah, naturally, no, definitely watch the way y'all modeled that.
Yeah.
But I've always been a naturally like needy. I need my time, especially with me and mines. You know, like I want my wife. I love my kids, but I want my wife. So I will pull her out of whatever it is to make sure we get that time. But I will also say it's not as easy said and done. It's been a challenge. We're still trying to figure it out on a day-to-day
I mean, you
basis.
got, how old is MK?
She's
3 months.
3 months.
Like,
Fresh.
fresh, y'all, fresh.
And she
Fresh
does
out
not
the
care about mommy and daddy's relationship.
No, she does not.
She's the queen.
She doesn't
does
know
not
that there's a
care.
relationship, really.
She don't know that.
No, unfortunately.
All right, let's
no.
move to the next segment, babe.
Yeah.
Future generation.
Yes. Let's talk about future generation. So, what legacy do you guys want your kids to see through marriage and your mentorship
Through
journey?
your marriage and your
Through your
mentorship
marriage
journey.
What do you want to leave them with?
Love, even through the challenges. Like, I want them to be able to be kind, to exhibit, like, I know we talk about the fruits of the spirit and whatnot, but truly to like actually exhibit that, to be kind, to be patient, to exhibit love, exude love in everything that you do. I think first and foremost. Yeah. I don't know about you. What about you?
No, that's exactly it. It's I'm gonna keep this short, but I think it's important for me to know as a parent that whatever God's will is for my child, whatever their purpose is in life, while I know I can't stop God's will, I was not a hindrance, right? And too oftentimes what I see, shameless plug, even in my coaching practice, I am a coach, is even therapy, a lot of things often comes back to what we saw growing up and how it informs our behavior.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people where their light is dimmed simply off of what they saw growing up. So my prayer and everything I do is from the standpoint of my kids need to be able to see that mom and dad are dad. We're not perfect. We will try to give our best, but live your life courageously, boldly, with the spirit of God, and display what your calling and purpose is. That is really the legacy I want to leave. If I can do that, if my kids can walk out of my house and be bold, courageous, and go forth after what it is they were designed to do without being held back by the way we raised them, I'm good.
I love that. That's amazing.
That's
we
heavy.
always say that children thrive in a
loving
home. Honestly,
Absolutely.
if they see love between their parents, that usually is the number one foundation. The rest builds,
Yeah.
Yeah.
on its own organically. So, Would you ever mentor another couple someday? Why or why not?
Well, I know the answer to this one.
What did we tell you people when we first met y'all?
It's funny that you say that because I remember literally that you guys see that. You guys like, and it literally brings shivers down because sometimes when I look at us, I'm like, how can we be in that position? That we're still like fumbling half the time trying to figure it out. But to answer your question, I believe, maybe one day. I don't think we're quite there yet.
That's fine.
But someday, yes. At least through our lived experiences, yeah. And maybe in some ways, I don't know if you can attest to this. Some people have come to us and like I know we talked to some folks and like they're so like inspired, but I'm like, really by us? How? I mean, and it maybe just merely from the fact that I guess we're real. We just at least try to be real. We live our lives authentically in that sense, both good and bad. But
Tade?
Yeah.
Can I be honest?
Yes.
I don't want to.
You don't have a choice.
I don't want to.
That was the agreement.
No, hold on. I want to know why.
But I want to hear why. Why don't you want to? I know what we want and what we need.
Because it's a burden.
Yeah.
It's a huge burden. I don't know how y'all do it. It's a huge burden to navigate two separate individuals and then their marriage. And then it's like, who are we? And then almost like there's this thought process of like, but even we're not perfect. We're still learning on the go. So, and I guess over time, and that's why the relationship with you guys has helped kind of shape my definition of mentoring. It's not giving advice. It's really come and live life with me, see the good, see the bad, see the mess of it all, and then take what you will for your own present situation. If it's under that context, yes, I would, but I'm not seeking it out.
I love
because it takes a lot of. First, I have to be available to you. I have to open my doors and all of that, and then the other person also needs to understand what this is. It's not see what Carolyn and Tade are saying and go and implement. It's really a walk together and then do what the Holy Spirit is telling you. Take what works and show grace for where we're not perfect. It's not easy.
It's not an easy thing.
But
I'm laughing because, babe, I don't want to cut you off, babe. I'm so sorry. I don't want to lose my train of thought.
That's okay. Go ahead.
I'm laughing because I feel like you guys already do that. Like, I feel like you guys already mentor. Wait now. Let me tell you. I remember how our previous home used to be like the spot for everybody to come and feel free and all of that. And then we sold the home and we were in a smaller space for a period. And in that season, I watched all the young people flock to you guys.
Yeah.
I watched your home become that space.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all realized it, but it made me so proud. So proud. Like after church on a Sunday, people, where you going? Oh, Tade and Carolyn. And y'all didn't live close, by the way.
Not.
They still came.
And they still came. Tade and Carolyn's. And I was just like,
you had people living with y'all.
I was like, look at our babies. Look at our babies through the season. And this was season that you were navigating tough times.
Kids and whatnot.
But you opened your doors and you replicated what we used to do.
Yeah.
Tosin's right. She's spot on.
I was so proud. I'm still so proud. Your home is still that way no matter where you are.
Yeah.
And whether you realize it or not,
we're doing
you are mentoring.
It's not intention. That's what I was going to say to you guys. I don't think that at any point we
didn't seek it out either.
We want to go and mentor.
We're just going to.
Did we seek you out? No.
And I think the same thing to what Tosin's saying. It's happening to y'all. It may not be marriages that you're mentoring, but you already have people. I know guys within our community that look up to you. You're already doing that. By the time those guys get married, guess what's going to happen?
You've already set the foundation.
By God's grace, you're going to be the one mentoring them. And the Holy Spirit will help you.
Yeah.
I know because when you think about it right, that's like, man, I don't know. But the truth is, thinking of it from the perspective of, I don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't have to have it figured out.
We're not perfect. We're still
share the flaws.
Making mistakes.
Sometimes we might yell at each other in front of you.
Yeah.
It's okay to see that.
Yeah.
it's okay for you to see that and say, you know what, they're human beings.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
that's what it's all about.
And I think for you to be a good mentor, you just got to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephanie.
That is
And
that is
people
number
can
one.
sniff out vulnerability from a mile away.
Oh, yeah.
Once they can sniff and smell that this one is vulnerable, then that's when they look to you like, you know what, maybe this one will tell me what it really is like.
Yeah.
So maybe someday you would actually formally take on a mentee.
Formally.
All right, babe, that's the last question in this segment.
All right, so why should couples, especially young couples, seek guidance early rather than when they're in crisis?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Y'all came to us. It wasn't because there was crisis in that beginning. It was really just literally at the beginning of your relationship.
Yeah. So I'll answer this one. The reason you want to seek mentorship early rather than crisis is because when you're in crisis mode, you go into survival mode.
Yeah.
And the only thing you tap into in survival mode is the muscles you've already worked. And if you've not worked out the muscle of vulnerability, of reaching out to people to help, what you're going to replicate in crisis is your default. So if your default is not reaching out to people or being vulnerable or asking for help, that's what you're going to do in crisis. But if you reach out, if you seek out mentorship early, you've built that muscle of having conversations when the stakes aren't high, it will be easier to do it during crisis. It will feel natural as opposed to as opposed to it being another decision you now have to make. Weigh how much do I want to share when you're in the middle of crisis. So that's my simple answer.
That makes sense. Carolyn, what about you?
I would say prevention is cure. Prevention is cure. Yeah, and just to buttress what my husband said is you don't want to wait until like you're literally in the middle of, excuse my words, I wasn't going to say that, but should I say it? Ish the fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't want to wait then because then you're literally like because I will say one thing that I can say for sure. It's like, okay, it's not even a question of, okay, should I go to Tosin? Should I go to Pastor Sanmi? Should I? No, I'm going to them. I mean, because you guys have literally been the people we go to whenever, we have, and even when things are not necessarily going bad, but like you guys are people that we know that we can trust and know for a fact that we're going to get solid, advice or wisdom, words of wisdom, or just a safe place just to kind of like, offload.
Yeah, and it's like maintenance too, right?
Yeah.
There is one of the things we talk about is there's really been nothing that we have brought to you guys that you guys haven't seen before. Whether it's through y'all being pastors, having mentored and seen others in your pastoral role and in your mentorship role, but there's nothing we have ever brought to you guys that you guys have not seen. And that can do so much for a young couple from that psychological standpoint of thinking something's wrong with us.
Yeah.
We have literally left y'all house
I'm like,
laughing
wow,
at how much
silly
of a big deal we made about
silly.
something. Because you guys are like, yeah, that's normal. That's every couple goes through that.
You thought you were special?
We came in fighting each other, walked out laughing at how silly or how big we had made it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said it because I remember the very first time that we actually came over and because this wasn't even a situation where we came and we were like necessarily offloading, but you guys were so open and like vulnerable about your story. And I remember us leaving the house and being like, dang, we good. It's actually not. It's actually not that.
We don't
bad.
have no problems.
We don't have no problems.
We ain't done with that. We good. I'm kidding. No.
Hey.
But what I meant is like,
yes.
If you guys can overcome that, if you guys can go through that and still exhibit the same level of devotion, love, and partnership, and we are arguing over
that is more something.
Yeah.
Minuscule.
And this is what it means to fellowship when the Bible talks about how we treat each other. Right?
Yeah.
Having
How we
community, the
together.
importance
That's what
of
community is
community.
about. When you talk about fellowshipping with each other, what it does is that we can learn from each other. We can see things from other people and say, okay, that's actually not crazy. That's I've seen before. So when it happens, oh, I remember when so and so dealt with that. This is what they did.
And they survived it.
And they survived it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So before we move to like closing out, I want you to read what you wrote.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I don't want to forget.
And it's not exactly articulate.
No, that's fine.
But
It's
this is
from
what
the
I
heart.
wrote. It's from the heart. So this is what I wrote. Titled it, "You've Seen Us Through Seasons." And this wasn't meant to be like a letter. It's just stuff I jotted down. So bear with me. So I put the surviving season, which was JHD, premarital counseling, and then City Line as we were navigating family dynamics and getting our careers kicked off. You loved us through those seasons. We would come spend weekends with y'all, and those were seasons we had nothing in the fridge, no money.
Yeah.
But we knew we could just come escape for a weekend, get poured into, see what's possible, and then go back into the world and continue to survive and strive. Then came when we bought a house and y'all were there. Y'all prayed over it. When Carolyn got in a car accident that totaled her car, y'all were the first people I called. I remember, sis, you were in Orange Theory. You said, get in the car and go find her on US 75. Y'all were in our house that night, a pot of home-cooked food. I think it was soup or something like that. And then I also wrote here, when Carolyn and I had some of our nastiest fights, and couples have these fights, she could always call Pastor Sanmi or Pastor Tosin and be like, yo, get your guy. You know, our wedding, you helped officiate it. Sis, you sang at our wedding ceremony. Because I kind of just want to remind y'all of, like, y'all have seen us through seasons. Then there was kids. We had Jalen. Then we had Michaela. 3 months ago, y'all were the first to come see us at the hospital. We had Michaela. Literally 2 hours later, y'all was at the hospital loving up on us with our favorite meal. Y'all have seen us through seasons. And there's nothing that we are coming to tell you that you guys haven't seen. So you hold space for us and love us the same way afterwards. And it's not as clean with peers, especially when you're just starting out in marriage. Because one, I'm not even... Like I discussed, we're not even mature enough. Like we were not even mature enough to handle you're telling your peer what your struggles are, you know? So this is, for me, the importance of what our relationship has been for us.
Wow.
So that's like unorganized, unstructured thoughts, you know? Yeah.
Brother.
Remember when she said he was deep?
Brother.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would hug you after.
You trying to get people tearing up. On
Really?
That's what you want to do.
Wow.
Okay, this is good.
Wow. This is doing life, y'all. This is doing life.
Yeah.
This is what mentorship means. But I appreciate that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
All
Thank
glory-
you.
Thank
All
you.
glory,
Thank
guys.
you,
All
guys.
glory to God.
Yeah.
All glory
Thank
to
you,
God.
God.
All
Yeah.
glory to God.
Yeah.
So, babe, rapid fire segment.
Rapid fire.
We should have closed it with Tade, but
I know that would have
Tade
been a
still
great
gonna-
ending.
Oh,
Tade's
really?
still gonna close it. No, he's still
You
gonna
can
close
edit it now.
Nah, we're gonna leave it as it is.
Yeah.
So rapid fire. Let's see here. One thing you hope other couples learn from your journey. Laughter. That's what you want them to learn.
In addition to the fine print of don't try this at home.
Don't get too deep.
No, let babe go.
Carolyn, you go.
I was gonna say
From your journey.
it's okay not to have it figured out.
Yes.
It's okay. And I know we've probably said this word, we've said it on end, but it's okay to lead with vulnerability too. Because I think in doing so, you create a safe space for people who you may not necessarily know what they're going through or what they're dealing with, to feel, safe enough to come and dwell with you per se.
Yeah.
That's probably the best word to use. Yeah. Because you just don't know. You don't know how God may use you, how God may use you to touch a life or touch a group of people. You just don't know. So yeah.
Love it.
Vulnerability, I think, is key. I think that's very center
That is
to
the
our
center.
story.
Yeah.
Vulnerability and just being able to share whatever we're going through, and that it's okay to change up who you are and how you show up for each other based on each season. Like, in fact, that's what you're going to have to do.
Yeah.
A lot of us come in with ideas, especially guys. I came in with this idea of this is the way I want my marriage to be. And it's okay to admit that we didn't always have the right idea coming in, but that does not in itself inherently destroy the possibilities of having a successful marriage. What determines it is being able to look at each other and then say, okay, how about we start off with a blank canvas and draw our own version of this marriage, based on God. So that's what I would want people to take away from it.
I love that. I love that. Babe,
This is too good.
do you want to summarize?
Yes. Summary, I think here is that mentorship just simply builds stronger marriages. That is the number one thing for me. We have mentors. We
You're gonna meet them.
happen to you know,
I
marry
can't
you
wait.
I can't wait.
And it's something that it should be a cycle. It
You
should
know,
be
we
something
talk
that
about
that keep
how
going.
you guys hold us accountable.
Absolutely.
Funny enough. I don't know if you realize, yes,
In many
you
ways.
hold us accountable because we cannot be telling you stuff that we
That
cannot
we're not
do.
doing.
We're not doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
So
hypocrites.
in many times when we're talking to you guys bring something to us and we address it with you and we figure it out and y'all walk away. We look at each other going, now we gotta for sure
Yeah, you gotta
Tighten
live
this
it.
up.
show up
Yeah.
100% in this
You-
because now they've been told that that's what's gonna
Yeah,
work.
you guys are not allowed to come in tomorrow.
No,
and
we
be
can't.
Like,
No.
nah.
I could be telling you
There's a
one
lot of
thing
things
and I'm
that we
not doing
know
Yeah.
is the right thing to do, but it's hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know it, but it's hard.
Yeah.
But the moment we verbalize it to you guys, we now have, to do it.
Binded
Yeah.
to it. Yeah.
So y'all have not only have we grown y'all have grown us.
Yep.
Because we can't let you down.
Clock it.
Is this how they're clapping
I
nowadays?
think that's it, right?
That's okay.
We
cool.
can't let you down. You can't be like telling people we're your older brother, older sister, and that you come to us,
Yeah.
and then we're messing up outside.
Yeah, we can't let that happen.
So you keep us accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One more
Yeah.
one more thing here.
Yes.
Every marriage needs a safe place
Yes.
to process life.
And you guys are a safe place.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for that.
We love you.
But again, this isn't about us, right?
It's not about us.
We
no.
have safe place. You know, every marriage needs that.
Outside of us.
Tade showing his jealousy again.
Outside of us.
Yeah.
Sorry to tell you, bro.
Sorry. Yeah.
What comes after that, baby? Tade and Carolyn.
Also, you don't grow alone. God uses people. I think
Yes.
that's the last.
And
piece of
that's
the
where I want to transition over to something amazing that God has been doing recently in Tade's life that I want him to share with you guys.
Yes.
We're talking about mentorship in marriage and how that grows you and how you cannot do this thing alone. Like you don't have all the formulas, and y'all have already heard just a tidbit of how deep my brother is and how proud we are of him. I'm so proud of you. You know that, right? I be bragging.
So proud.
I be bragging on my brother.
Yeah.
As much as he's jealous about us, we're jealous about him too. So I'm gonna hand the mic over to you because I want you to share a little about what God is doing in your life
in this.
Yeah.
of recent.
Yeah.
So I've started to walk in calling recently. I've started a coach. I have a company called Unblocked Co. Unblocked Co is a safe space that I have built, me and my team, for ambitious professionals to release internal pressure, specifically to get back in alignment with who they were designed to be, so that they can live a life that feels as impressive as they look on the outside, right? I think, and then a lot of it is birthed from my journey in the corporate world and in marriage and in life, where on the outside looking in, people would think Tade had the life, the beautiful wife, the kids, but for huge seasons in my life, I did feel empty. I felt stuck. I felt misaligned, and I was miserable. I was miserable with the works of what I was doing. So I got to the point where I just realized that I needed to start asking myself the right questions, like who do you want to be and why do you want to do it and how do you feel? And what that is, it led me to coaching, because I do feel like my calling in this life is to walk and be a guide for people and to specifically point them back to what makes them great. Point them back to their design, point them back to what God has already said about them, remind them of that so that they can now lead lives from that place, not from what they feel like they should be doing, not from chasing the cookie crumbs of the external validations of success, but really from that place of who are you and who are you created to be. So that's my company. So now I'm coaching.
What is this company called?
Unblocked Co. We're on Instagram.
We're gonna put it
Follow
on
us.
the screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's what I'm doing. And a lot of it is birthed from what I've seen, my community, the platform that you've given me to impact young lives as part of spaces. And then even in TRI, and even just the way I've seen y'all model open up to people is what really gave me the visibility to see that, Tade, you have a gift here.
Yeah.
So let's hone it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Love it,
Yeah.
love it.
And yes, there is a difference between coaching and mentorship. So don't sit there going, so you want us to get a mentor and then get a coach? Yeah.
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 For different things. They're
Yeah.
two different things. And you'll find out, get on his website, check it out, reach out. And to close, we want to encourage you to pray about who God may be calling you to learn from. Pray about it. Let the Holy Spirit lead you to the right people. Okay. And then definitely DM us, send a message, talk to us, send questions about mentorship for
You know
our
what
future
to do.
Q&A.
You know what to do.
In the
Engagement.
future, we're
Yes.
gonna talk more about this. So let's hear it, okay? And then definitely reach out. On Blood Code is gonna be, the information is gonna be on the screen. But as always, we are Insync Marriage on all platforms. Insync Marriage. And more to come in the future.
More to come. This is a great
We
episode.
have absolutely enjoyed having you guys.
Thank you
Tade
so
and
much.
Carolyn.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
This was good.
much.
This is
Yay.
so good.
And until next time, we're all going to say
Bye for
Bye-bye.
now.